And there are a lot of mysteries surrounding the story of Black Clover that even to this day, almost 380 chapters in, have sparked many theories and heated debates amongst the fans, such as the mystery surrounding Asa's father, who he might be and where he is currently, as well as the father of the Silva siblings and his overall importance to the story. Yeah, there's a lot of questions about dads in the story. Fans seem to be really fixated on that particular part of their favorite character's backstory and really want it answered, but that's going to be a topic for a different video. Because in this video, we'll be discussing the mystery surrounding one of the most interesting devils introduced during the Spade arc, the mother of all curses, Megicula. Okay, so here's the thing. Megicula is extremely unique amongst the Supreme Rank devils. I mean, sure, on the surface, she doesn't seem that much different from the others. Her goal in that arc was ultimately just to manifest fully in the human world, same as the rest, and more than likely take it over as her own personal kingdom. But what makes her unique is that unlike her fellow Supreme Rank devils, Megicula is the only one who seemed to have a genuine curiosity around humans, and figuring out why has always been in the back of my mind. From the moment she manifested in chapter 297, and even in her final moments in 303, she very openly expressed how interesting she found them. The fact that Aesir Silva's love for her kids helped her gain enough power to defeat Vonica. Same with Gaja and his loyalty to Lord Pachika, though that also qualifies in the love category for him too, as he does admit to being in love with the Heart Kingdom's queen. But even so, both of these strong emotions gave him the resolve to sacrifice his own life in a Hail Mary attempt to save her. And then there's Noelle, who despite all of her allies around her falling one by one and her magic being rendered basically useless, still refused to lose hope. And it's also implied that she was intrigued by Vonica due to solely how batshit crazy she was. Which, I mean, she's not alone in that. A lot of fans over the years have expressed their interest in her for exactly that same reason, though I doubt Megicula had the same kind of interest in her contract partner that they do. Megicula liked Vonica due to the fact in her warped little mind she had inflated love with violence, which is why she felt that Noelle almost killing her made them best friends, while the fans, they liked her for reasons that involve incognito mode. The point is though, that Megicula took an interest in humans due to their wide range of emotions, mostly love, because of how foreign it was to devils. Take two other devils introduced in the very same arc, the twins Lilith and Nama, siblings who you would think because of their familial connection would naturally feel love for one another. But when Asta cut down Nama during their battle, Lilith didn't grieve over the loss of her brother. No, instead she simply laughed at his weakness, got even more excited about fighting such a strong human, and used what was left of Nama to make herself even stronger. It didn't work though. Asta still defeated her rather quickly, and they stand, or rather fell, as prime examples that devils can feel love even for one another. Though, there is evidence that this might be due to nurture rather than nature. They exist in an environment that is cruel and unforgiving, the lower on the rank system you are, and where even the highest ranked devils are more than willing to stab each other in the back for their own personal gain. So there is absolutely zero room for them to develop these more positive emotions like love and loyalty. However, we have seen devils show those emotions. Lieb, Gimodello, Slotos, Pumede, and Wagner are all devils who have developed love and a sense of loyalty for their contracted hosts. The latter four due to their prolonged time spent with Noct in the human world, despite him treating them mostly like servants for a majority of their partnership, which, yeah, while not the best, is still a far cry better than how they would be treated in the underworld. And Lieb, who after his first few years of life being nothing but torture, was showered with love by his adopted mother from the moment they met. Being in the human world is what changed these devils, and if Megicula had more time around humans that were a bit more normal, like Noelle or Asta, while she was here, she might have grown to develop these same emotions. She even expressed in her final moments her interest in observing more of these type of humans and the power they gain from their emotions. Unfortunately, she realized that those were the kind of humans she should have been around the entire time way too late, which leads us to the second and much more widely debated mystery surrounding this devil. What happened to her? Because ever since her defeat in chapter 303, it has been a widely argued debate on whether or not she actually died, or if she's just chilling in the underworld, waiting for her third chance of breaking her way into the human world and taking over as the Queen of Devils. Which, I mean, at this point probably wouldn't be that hard for her to do, considering it seems all the other Supreme Rank devils, excluding Adramelic, had been completely unallied by Lucius, transferring their souls and powers into his paladins. So yeah, the competition in terms of devils is basically zero at this point. She just has to get past the guy that killed them all. But to answer the question of whether or not she died, or if she's still alive in the underworld, well, both might technically be right. You see, the main reason why people seem to think that Megicula died is due to us seeing her heart being destroyed by Noelle during the ending of chapter 303, which resulted in the curses that she had placed on both Lord Pachika and Nozel instantly lifting. And since she came to the human world in a separate method from using the devil gates like Lucifero did, Most fans assumed that she was fully manifested at the time of her death. But here's the thing. She wasn't. She was very close to it though, and had she might have been an even bigger problem to deal with than Lucifero was. And before you start thinking that I'm saying Megicula is definitely stronger than Lucifero, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying, however, is that a fully manifested Megicula might have been stronger than Lucifero at 50%. But in order for her to fully manifest, she needed both Vonica and Gorbatika to die, which, despite her best attempts at it, both Asta and Charlotte managed to stop at every turn with their abilities to counter curses. So, during this fight, she was only at about 33% manifested, maybe 50% at the most, meaning that she was basically in the exact same situation that Lucifero was at the end of the arc, where even though they died in the human world, they are both still alive in the underworld, just weakened due to what they went through. And as far as I can tell, it's never been made exactly clear if devils who lose part of their hearts in the human world can recover back to full strength in the underworld. I would like to imagine that they can, but unless there's a guidebook out there that says otherwise, that it's not available in the US, I haven't seen any official wording on it. Not that it really matters much though, because, and this is why those who say that she might actually be dead are also right, Lucius seemingly did a team wipe on all the Supreme Rank Devils, again with the exception being Adramelic. And while we haven't seen a paladin yet that has had her curse magic, the odds are he didn't just simply let her go. She was way too powerful for him to pass on. So there is a very good chance with Lucius gearing up to make his next big move after his face-off with the tag team of Asta and Yuno, that we might be just moments away from finally discovering the ultimate fate of the Mother of Curses.